your knowledge. I got key consumption, Super Saiyan water. I eat a peanut butter, Twitter family, they ugly. You can keep your cousin, most people puzzling. You know my time is about an hour and I need 100. I see your ship and see her sunken. Missing me, she keep on cutting. She ain't keeping another hot box of demon buckets. My demon, she seen a circus. She bring me, so fucking here from long haul. Press home, the God calls.
The gods have truly blessed us today, says Copenhagen on this fine Thursday morning. Well, you only think they've blessed you, Copenhagen. She's here for moments, if that. She has to leave almost immediately. Hello, Creighton's mother, Kimberly.
Hi. Hey, everybody.
I know you have to run.
I do.
But you wanted to say hey to everybody for a
I
second
wanted
at
to
the
say
beginning.
Hey, and it's so much nice.
How long, as long as you feel safe saying it, in case all of our many
Am I close enough?
incredible, yeah, you're close enough. In case many of our crazy fans hone in on our location, how long into the weekend are you here?
I will be here until around 4 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh well, that's terrible.
Yeah, because I'm waiting on my beloved Mike to pick me up. He has to take his boss to the airport at 2, and he'll be here to fetch me around 4. So.
Damn. Okay. Well, in that case, we'll have to plan this way later. Creighton was like not totally sure of the schedule when he called a couple of days ago when we planned this.
You don't even want to get me started. He's told me about 15 different things. So, but anyway, this worked out for about 2 minutes, right?
Yep.
Okay.
He's trying to high five you. Don't leave him hanging. That would have been the most public, hilarious high five miss of all time.
And he is the fitness guru here. So I'm
He's
going to
wearing
go
an Anytime
and
Fitness
let him
shirt.
tell you all about his fitness stuff.
Okay. I love you. I miss you already.
I love you.
I'm devastated.
Oh, this
Give me a hug. 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 Give me a hug.
Be good. Take care. I'll see you
Yes,
soon.
ma'am.
Okay.
We're real professionals.
Shout out Asian Mike, says Copenhagen. You had her laughing out the door, Copenhagen. That was good. Shout out Asian Mike. Yeah, Asian Mike, because of his eyes.
Oh my God.
Racism.
Anyways,
And that's the podcast. See y'all next month.
look. We're
What?
we're nothing but professionals here. Okay?
Yeah, totally.
So I pick up my headphones and I'm like, I can't hear anything. Something must be wrong. And then I realize there's no cord attached to it. So it's we're starting off strong. Strong, educated.
Well, hold
And,
on. Let's
We went
reel
to
this
college.
back. We did go to college.
So we are educated.
Well, I mean, we went to high school. I feel like we're probably more educated from high school than we both are college.
I don't know.
I don't think we learned a ton in
I
college.
learned a lot in college.
I feel like you learned a lot in the time you were going to college, but I don't think any of it was to do with what you were learning in college.
Well, you know.
And I
Tomato.
And honestly, I think similarly for the both of us, that is. Because I remember almost literally nothing. The only thing I remember about college was my post-Civil War America class and my Marine Sand class.
I remember. Well, my classes were so much more fun than
You also had a lot of them. You had like 15 or 20 classes in the.
I had English, and all my English classes were my favorites. And I had David's class, which was just the end-all, beat-all of classes. And I had that for
We need to go
almost every
audit
semester.
one of his classes again.
Yeah. And then math. Honestly, calculus wasn't bad. I really did enjoy calculus. I liked.
You son of a
No,
bitch.
listen to me. I liked college level math way better than I ever liked high school level math. I don't know why. I don't know what the difference is, but I had way more.
If your mom hadn't just
fun.
been here, I would
What?
say something.
What would you say?
Something that I'm sure she'll listen to later and be very disappointed in me
Well,
for.
well, it's like going to the gym, but for your mind. You know, like you feel like you.
Look
think
at me. I'm Creighton. I've been going to Anytime Fitness for a month. So I'm going to put the gym into every sentence I have.
I am. I'm gonna start eating turmeric, and me and Charlie are just gonna trade personalities.
What are you doing right after this? We should run around Forest Hills together.
I'm just gonna start doing pull-ups randomly while we're streaming. Be like, yeah. So, anyways,
You couldn't do 3. Think you can do 3 right now?
I probably could do 3.
Thing?
Where's your
Like
pull-up
full?
bar?
It's upstairs.
Oh, what?
You
Oh, yes, you have a home gym now. I
Yeah.
forgot. I keep forgetting about it till it comes up because I never anytime I'm here now I never go upstairs.
Yeah.
Like you have a nice kitchen.
Because you don't hang out with me anymore.
I
You almost exclusively come to the podcast, and that is the extent of our friendship. lately. That and Instagram reels being sent to each other. Which I must admit, I'm enjoying this part of our relationship. This new thing has blossomed where Creighton and I are daily sending I don't know, between 3 and 25 Instagram reels at a time to each other.
We hit like this streak. It's like digging for gold, right?
Yeah.
But like when you're
You
like going through.
Killed it last night.
Did I?
By the way, you sent some fucking like laugh out loud
I don't
for
even
me.
remember what I said.
I never remember what I send to you.
I'll
It's
go
like
back
in the
through
moment.
and look. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm hilarious.
I just want to drink lemonade and a plantation on a plantation style front porch and talk about humidity with Creighton's mom. Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit, humidity.
While you're doing the weather, let me call April and let her know that we're live.
Oh my god, what a thing to do live.
I don't
on
have
the
to call
podcast.
my mom because she knows.
She knows we're live. Yeah. I wonder how. It's crazy.
It's weird. It's a mystery. It's a mystery. Watch, April's not gonna answer. She's gonna send me
As
some
she
emails
shouldn't.
now. I called her by accident earlier when I was trying to call you, and then she called me back and I didn't answer. So I feel like we're even.
Right.
Wait, where's the speaker? Is this the speaker?
Yep. Get
there
shit
you
on.
go. Mm-hmm.
Well, would you like to know the Boone County weather for Iowa this year?
Yes, absolutely. I'm so excited.
Weather in Boone County is 28 degrees Fahrenheit.
Mhm.
It's fucking cold in Boone County, Iowa. Precipitation is 1%, humidity is 84%, and the wind is 4 miles per hour. That's all over. It's gone.
What's
I
the
can't see it.
humidity?
I can't see
It's
it.
4%,
Keep asking.
not 2%.
Keep on asking. I wish it was 2%. I wish 2% was here because I love him. Did I know I put it in the place. Let me make sure I put it so he doesn't yell at me. Okay, yeah, it's there. Somebody has reacted. 2% reacted to it.
What did he react to?
The fucking. I'm very supportive and just keep up with you. You're welcome. Stop calling. April said that. Stop calling. Got him. Well, 2%'s either here or angry about not being able to be here. He responded to the live thing with a face on Discord. Anyway. Oh no, the parrot.
No, it's okay.
You gotta put it back.
Hold on, wait.
You have to do it.
I know.
While
I'm
I
trying
say
to
it, while I
find
say a
the-
thing from the notes.
I'm trying to find an Urban Dictionary word of the day. Hold on, wait.
Well, I have a Urban Dictionary word for you today.
What is it?
Put the parrot back and I'll tell you.
Okay.
Hurry.
Mine's so much better though. Probably.
No, I'm gonna tell you the word now, and you can think on it for 15 seconds. The
What's
word.
the word now?
No, the word is a blumpkin. I know what that is. You do? Well, don't say it until you're back on the mic, but I'm upset. I'm going to go ahead and let everyone know I'm very sad. I was like, that was, the way I heard it was hilarious, and I was like, Creighton, we'll love that word. But tell me.
Don't get me wrong, it's a fun word, and I
Yeah.
appreciate the effort.
So what is it?
So I don't know the textbook definition. Like again, I know how to use words, but I don't remember the definition.
Well, it's a pretty easy definition.
It's like what you would call like a fat person, right?
No.
Oh, well, never mind. I have no idea what this is.
A blumpkin. So let me reiterate the
Okay.
instance. I was watching a video with Dave Franco and Allison Brie, who are
Okay.
married,
Yes.
and they're both actors
Yes.
/ comedians.
Dave Franco's in
They-
21 Jump Street.
He's in all the Jump Streets, I think. Does
He's
a lot
just
of
in the
those
first
funny,
one, I
a lot of
think, 'cause
funny
he
movies.
dies in that one.
Oh, okay. Well, then
Yeah.
there you go. Yep, there you go, Copenhagen. Him and Allison Brie are in a College Humor video, and they're making out. And she's like, I want to go further with you or something. And he's like, well, you know what you could do? You could give me a blumpkin. And they're like, the whole time it's like they're literally making out and like talking in between making out.
Yeah.
And she's like, what's that? And he's go, it's where you give me a blowjob while I'm taking a shit. And she just like breaks character and starts like, she's like, what the fuck, dude? Fuck. And it's just so funny. And I was like, great, we'll love that word.
Is that? I mean, like, is it good?
I don't know.
Well, no, but like in
I'm
my
just
mind, I'm imagining, right? Because
Yes, imagine.
like you're releasing, but also you're releasing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it does not exactly. I don't know if the climax is during
But
the
you
shit
see what I'm
taking.
saying? Like, are you gay if you like a bumpkin a little bit? 'Cause that's your
Blumpkin?
Well, not
It's
gay.
blumpkin.
I guess you wouldn't be gay because you're not taking it up. You're like releasing it out. You know what I mean? So, well, I guess you could be gay if you like. If you don't have to be gay if you're like, you know.
I love
like
that. I
taking
love that the whole idea, the whole philosophy behind this thing is: are you gay if you are getting a blumpkin? Like that's what you.
Hold
That's
on,
where your mind
Hold
goes.
on, hold on. I'm thinking through it. Okay, it's not gay. It's decidedly not gay.
Oh my goodness. Oh. I stayed up very late watching Creed 1 and 2.
Oh, getting ready for Creed 3?
I'm watching Creed 3
Yeah.
tomorrow.
I still haven't seen them. I still haven't seen the
They're-
Rocky movies, so, you know.
Really? None of them?
No.
Jesus Christ.
I know boxing and
Taking
like
a shit
I-
and getting a BJ individually are beloved. The two combined must be pure nirvana.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, 'cause like, I mean, I guess it depends on the quality of the shit and the
Copenhagen
blowjob.
has
You
a
know
way
what I
with
mean?
words.
Because like you could be getting like a bad blowjob, but be taking like an incredible dump. You know what I mean?
And then vice versa.
Exactly.
You could be taking a straight up ass destroying shit, and the blowjob could be incredible. And you're just sitting there like, well, this was lame.
Yeah. Or like, you know, it's one of those shits where everything comes out like one piece at a time. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
like a fucking rabbit
Yeah,
shit.
And you're like, well, like that was unfulfilling.
It's the opposite of fulfilling, actually. It's quite releasing. You're emptying, if you will.
Do you want to know what the urban dictionary
Sure,
word of the day
sure.
is? Choulet.
What?
Choulet.
Choulet?
Yeah.
Like shoelace?
It's French.
Spell it.
CHULET.
C-H-U.
LET. Yeah, that's right.
Shule.
Mhm.
Shule. Doesn't sound. Does look like Choulet. The fuck is that word? What is it? Okay, what's it mean?
The faux French version of the word shullet. The shaggy mullet, popular on some females, although never attractive.
It's like fucking Rob Schneider's daughter in Grown Ups.
This was put in this Urban Dictionary. Entry was written October 18th, 2004.
20 years ago. Okay, that's not a bad one.
No, it's not
Good
bad.
Urban Dictionary word.
That's why I was like, oh, I got it. As soon as I saw mullet, I was like, I'm in. I didn't even read the rest
You
of it.
know, if we ever get this thing to where we're doing it like 3-4 times a week, and we actually do our little Urban Dictionary
Yeah.
quiz of the week,
We're eventually.
you know what we
gonna
should
run
do?
once.
We
We're
should
gonna
have
do
it.
a
We should
test.
have it where people submit a sentence using all the words. Like for whatever for like the
yeah,
episode,
that'd
like
be
the quiz
fun.
episode of the week. Like say
Yeah.
we do this 4 episodes a week and we use 3 words. Someone has to use 4. We after we do it, we do well. Here's the first for next week, and then we like fucking release the word, and they have to do one with all the words.
That's fun.
And the winner wins like a fucking $10 gift card or something. I don't know. Like, whenever we start doing that, it'll start off small and get progressively bigger. Anyway, I've had something in our fucking notes for a while.
What is it?
It's the West Wing debacle.
Yes, I saw that last time. I was like, wonder what he means.
The West Wing is a show political show, political drama
Yeah.
from the late 90s, early 2000s.
With that dude from Transformers in it.
Well, I wouldn't say he's from Transformers. I'd say it's more like that dude from the West Wing or Platoon. Wait, not Platoon.
He's in a lot of stuff though.
Fucking
He's Mr.
Apocalypse
Sir.
Now.
He's Mr. Sir in Holes.
No, that's not him.
No, it's not.
No,
Are you sure?
that's Angelina Jolie's dad. That's
Is his last name also Jolie?
no, that's fuck, what's his name? Why would you do this to me? Now I can't know his. Now I can't go forward till I remember his name.
I can just look it up.
Look up his name.
Just look up the cast of Holes.
God damn it!
It's okay. I look up his name. You go on your debacle thing.
Put some fucking respect on John Voight's name. There you go.
There we go.
Sorry,
John Boyega.
Uh,
Sorry.
John Voight, not John Voight. Anyway, you son of a bitch. I've watched The West Wing all the way through all the way through the end of season 4 and the beginning, like 5 or 6 episodes of season 5, 3 times now.
Right. 3 times?
Yes.
That's all?
There are 7 seasons. Well, it's a dense show. Like the
He
shows.
is in Transformers. It's John Voight. John Voight's the same guy as Mr. Sir and Holes.
Okay, but that's not Martin Sheen.
Oh, my bad.
Is what I'm saying. I'm like, that's not him. It might be a guy in I haven't seen all the Transformers. That's why I said that. I was like, well, he might be in a Transformers movie, but he's not the Transformers movie guy. He's fucking the guy from the West Wing who is in Transformers. Anyway.
Oh,
you
yeah,
son
their
of a
hair's
bitch.
completely different. But their face shape is oddly the same.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
They do look similar. Sort of, like in
It's
shape
like their
only.
chins.
I've watched that show that many times now. I'm like always get to like episode 4 or 5 of season 5, and then I just can't go on. And the whole time I was like, why can't I finish this show? And I realized it changed writers, so it's not like the same show really. It's not written by the same person. It goes in a totally different direction. And it took me 3 times trying to binge it and like love it again and then finish it and not being able to before I was like, maybe something else is going on. And I figured out that it was not the same writer, and I feel like I've wasted all that time.
So wait. So the show like changes in terms of quality and tone, or like
Total. I mean, out of nowhere.
Really?
It's so
like it's like a mid-season change? Or
no,
like
it's a like end of season 4 going into season 5 change. And like, I mean,
is it kind of like how Community changes tones like after season 3?
a little bit,
Like,
but not as severe. Like Community's still good when it's over. Not that
Yeah.
West Wing's bad. It's just not as it goes from feeling like holy shit, this is one of the best shows of all time, legitimately, to this feels like a fucking NBC drama, like a fucking
But not like
CSI
the
knockoff.
not like soap opera drama, but more
Yeah, like it's still noticeably like it's still like a good quality show, but it's just the writing falls off so hard. Like you can just tell like, oh, this is not even
like
nearly as good as it was.
like it goes from award-winning.
It goes from award-winning quality to just like these actors are still trying. They're doing what they can with what they're given, but like they're not being given the same shit as they were given.
Yeah.
Like fucking what's his name? From Chris Traeger from Parks and Rec. Rob Lowe, Peter Schiff. Martin Sheen. What are the other guys?
The guy that plays Gus, right? He's in there.
Yeah, he is. He plays Charlie. He's amazing.
Sean, I'm going to lose.
I'm going to
No, he goes,
lose.
Gus, I'm going to lose.
From Wikipedia, in 2011, the New York Times reported the then fledgling government of Myanmar used DVDs of the West Wing episodes to study democracy. This was corroborated by Secretary of State Hillary Clinton the following year. Wow.
No.
Well, the Clintons were in office when that show started, and they were like a big influence on the goings-on of the inside of the White House. Like they were being like interviewed and like talked to by the cast, and were able to visit the West Wing still and learn a lot. And so was Aaron Sorkin. He was the writer.
Cards.
No, well, that was arguably based a little more in reality. on the Clintons. So says people, not me. Anyway,
It's a shame that all that shit happened with
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, because like the thing
that would have been one of the greatest shows of all time.
You think it would have beat out Game of Thrones?
I don't know. Well, in the world may never know.
I know.
It would have been a heavy contender. It would have been a heavy contender.
That's what makes me sad, because like you could see like so much was going on in that show, and you're like, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like I get why, but like you have to think, like, I get that like there are shitty people out there, and you have to like deal with that. But like the thing is, like, it's not like he was the only one working on that show. You gotta think all the people that were.
Well, they still finished the show. The show didn't just drop dead.
But I mean, like,
but it did.
But I mean, like,
I feel bad for Robin Wright. I mean, she was.
Yeah.
They were setting her up to be one of the she was already one of the greatest characters
Dude,
to ever be
scene
written
from season 4, like where they're both like
And she
weird with
looks-
terror. Yes.
Yeah. When they were setting her up to be like that was the moment you were
Yeah.
like, oh shit,
Yeah.
is she in on this? And then like if he hadn't been whether he did or didn't do what he did, if he just hadn't been caught and they were able to finish the show, imagine where her character would have gone.
Or
And if the direction would have been similar to how, do you know how it ended?
No, how did it end?
So
I know he dies.
he
like,
dies off screen. It
yeah.
comes back. She's the president now, or something.
Yeah.
Like she figures out how to become president, and then
Yeah.
fucking his homie who was an alcoholic. He killed him. He like poisoned him because he thought he was crazy.
Oh yeah,
And she finds out, and she stabs him with a pair of scissors, like in the Oval Office in the last episode, and kills him. And it like the episode ends, and it's fucking over.
And that's it.
I don't know exactly. I never watched it, but I like saw like a holy shit, this was terrible how it ended the video. And basically, that's what happens. He like falls apart, like crying to her, telling her what happened, and then that happens. She kills him.
Damn. But do you think they could have pulled it off if they had just recast him?
I don't.
Because think about Marvel's having to do the same thing right now with the guy that plays Edgar Ross.
Yeah.
Because he died.
Yeah. The good thing about him though is
His last movie.
he wasn't ever a huge character in almost the last
Yeah.
movie he was actually a big character in was the Hulk.
Well, no,
And
he
the
was-
rest,
he
I know
was in
he's
Black
been in a
Widow.
lot. But he
Yeah.
wasn't a big character. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He was he's always a passing by character. Even in Civil War, where he comes in for a big moment,
Mhm.
or in Infinity War, where he's there for a big moment. It's he's only there for that moment, and then he disappears into the movie again. So he's a pretty easy character to redo, and I would say Ron from Parks and Rec, but not Ron, the Eagleton Ron.
Oh yeah,
That guy,
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. Thank you. I was like, man, I can't remember Sam Elliott's name. He would be a good replacement
For Frank.
for Ross.
Oh,
I
well, you
think-
know who they replaced him with, right?
No, I don't.
Harrison Ford.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a decent one too, 'cause he's
Yeah.
old.
yeah, that's
Wow, they're really knocking on death's door with this character.
Yeah, I know. Right?
like,
Oh, hold on one second. My dad's calling me.
okay. Copenhagen. Did you not know anything about the West Wing when you looked that up just now, or had you already known that information and you were like, I need to go back and cite my source? Because that is incredible. You had that way too on hand. Part of me is does Copenhagen just sit here and Wikipedia everything we talk about that he doesn't know about, or did Copenhagen already know that Wikipedia had this information, and so he went there to cite his sources before he said a thing that he wasn't sure of? These are the questions that are in my head when you say things, Copenhagen, and it drives me nuts. It kills me. I vaguely remember learning about it back in the day. Okay.
Sorry about that. No,
It's
but
okay.
oh shit, hold on.
What have you done, you son of a
My foot was
bitch?
tangled up.
Oh, okay, you're good.
No, so when I saw that they replaced him with Harrison Ford, I was like, wow. You know what I mean? Because that's 3 big franchises that he's in now. You know. And 4. Blade Runner's pretty big too.
Yeah, well,
But
there's
not
only
to
2 of
us.
them, and they're 30 years separated.
Yeah.
It's not exactly like a franchise movie.
Yeah.
Have you seen those movies yet?
No, I've heard they're really, really good though.
So the first one is really great.
But there's 80 different cuts of the first one too.
There's a
right?
lot, but I mean, I'm honestly, I would watch. Preferably, the director's cut is really good.
Yeah.
It
I don't know
Any
which
of 'em
cut.
work.
Which cut is canon to the one that?
doesn't
They
matter.
made.
They're kind of all canon
Oh, really?
at this
What?
point. Yeah,
Oh.
it's information from all of them. None of the information really is super important. Just the main line story.
Mhm.
Again, I would recommend director's cut. Director's cut is probably the best one,
Mhm.
'cause it's the vision he was trying to portray.
Yeah.
I watched that movie a few years ago for the first time and was like, this is amazing. And then, I thought Blade Runner 2049 was more of I knew that it was technically a sequel, but I thought it was more of a reboot than a sequel. It is just straight up
A sequel?
one of the greatest sequels ever made for
Really?
anything ever. And by itself is an incredible fucking, I knew it had all
would
these
you have
Oscar
to watch
nominations.
the other one to be able to.
You would need to watch the other one for the story to make sense, yeah. But
Okay.
you want to. It's
Mhm.
the first one's amazing, and I knew that the second one was not nominated for a bunch of Oscars, but they were all in my memory
understand.
visual,
Yeah.
like
But
all
no, that
all
is really
cinem-
good.
yeah.
Because
the acting's amazing, the story's amazing. I was like, what the fuck? How
It's-
did this?
it's what's his face.
I just
that
ignored
was,
it. Ryan
Mysterio.
Gosling.
Yeah, Ryan.
No, that's Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake
But
Gyllenhaal?
it was Ryan Gosling, not
Ryan
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Gosling? Okay.
Yeah, I get them mixed up a lot.
Yeah, they
Myself.
They have
They-
similar. They
have
have
similar-
similar face shapes.
And similar roles all the
Yeah.
time. they play a lot of the same
They
kind
play
of
the
people.
same guy. Which one was in Looper? Oh wait, that was Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
You son of a bitch. That's not funny.
It's a little funny. You remember that movie In Time with
Yeah, with Justin Timberlake.
yeah, I think about.
I thought that movie
sometimes.
was incredible, and then I was like trying to tell my friends, I was like, guys, no, that's a really good. Someone said like Justin Timberlake shouldn't act, and I was like, dude, but he was in that movie In Time, and it was great. And they were like, what? I was like, yeah, let's watch it. And we all sat down and watched it, and I was proven wrong for an hour and a half.
See, I haven't seen it. I've never
It's-
seen it, but
So here's the thing.
It's one of those movies that I think about a lot, and I'm like, I want to watch that someday.
So
And
the
then I just don't.
concept is amazing.
Yeah.
And the execution honestly isn't like horrible. The movie's just way worse than I remember.
See, that's
But
how
it's not bad. It's just not good.
See, that's how Yesterday is for me. The concept is amazing, but then you're using that concept for a romantic comedy, and I'm like, why? How does A go to B?
You know, you're the only one who's called it. I feel like that movie is a romantic comedy to you. I feel like it has romantic comedy aspects, but I don't think it's just a romantic comedy.
dude, it's straight up a romantic. Have you watched it?
No, not yet. But
It's
other
straight up a
people have told
romantic
me
com-
it's good.
Because like the thing is, he's using their so Yesterday, for you guys of you that don't know, the concept is you wake up one day and the Beatles just don't exist, but
And you
you're the
know-
only one that remembers.
Yeah, so you can rewrite all their songs for yourself.
Yes. So he rewrites all their songs, and you would think that he he writes them off of memory, but he 'cause there's like no like proof of them, no albums, no nothing. But what he does, he's doing it all for like this girl, the whole time, and I just like there's such cool things you could do with that concept that like romantic comedy.
Not
would-
really. I mean, you say that, but like to be fair, he's probably stretching that as far as you can take it. Other than being,
I don't
he
know.
becomes an
Well, no,
international
like,
phenomenon.
They kind of play with the idea of like, okay, like what if there's this sequence that happens in the trailer where like he's on this talk show host, and they're like, we're gonna bring out two people that like say that you stole their music, and like you see their feet, and it's implied that it's like Ringo Starr and Paul McCartney, and it turns out in the movie that's just a dream.
Yeah.
And that part sucked. I was like, 'cause like the thing is like, okay, so they
And then he meets John Lennon.
Well, no, he did.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that scene is the best scene in
It's
the
a
movie.
great scene. I watched
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Like, if you had taken this movie and gone this journey of like, okay, so it's not the Beatles never existed; they never got famous. Okay, and then like you like run it back like that, and then have him meet each Beatle throughout the movie, like then. It's to me it'd be more interesting 'cause like that whole scene where you've watched it, right?
I
Like,
watched that
you've seen-
scene.
Yeah,
The Lennon scene.
it's so good.
It's so good.
Like it
It is very weirdly, incredibly well acted.
right. It's one of those scenes.
I mean, is the acting good?
yeah,
The writing's good. I mean, you just didn't like that it was a romantic comedy.
no. I mean,
I feel like you don't like,
The-
or you don't
like-
watch a lot of romantic comedies. I feel like this isn't. A
I
romantic.
do watch. I grew up watching romantic
Yeah,
comedies
okay.
with my mom and stuff. So like, I know what's good and what isn't. Like 50 First Dates, incredible romantic comedy. You don't think so?
It's pretty good. I wouldn't say incredible.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's a
pretty
classic.
incredible. This is like when it comes to the romantic comedy stuff. It's not.
I'm a bit of a connoisseur.
It's not as. It's
Romantic
not
comedy.
as. It's so cheesy. You know what I mean? It's like all
A
the
lot of
cliche.
romantic comedies. Some
all
of the
the-
best romantic comedies are really cheesy.
Well, no, but I mean like all the
She's out of my league.
all the romantic comedy stuff is like
50 First
is
Dates.
like run of the mill, like everything that you would ever expect from romantic comedy is in there. But then like the stuff that's interesting is the stuff like you're living in this world where the Beatles don't exist, and also like there's other stuff that doesn't exist, like Harry Potter. Like is this kind of butterfly effect where like certain things don't exist just because the Beatles never existed or never got famous.
See, that's cool though.
Yeah, and there's
It's
like,
cool
I
to
can- I
decorate
think-
your romantic comedy with a cool concept, and that sounds like what it is.
and chameleons are extinct. I think it's the whole thing.
So you're saying that
It's a cool world that you could have done more than just a romantic comedy with, is what my complaint is.
I feel like you can't do much with that world. That's not a series. That's a
not a
that's
series,
a movie.
but you know what I mean. Like, there's more that you could do with.
well,
that
there's that
concept.
concept's been done a bunch with other things, just not the Beatles.
Like what?
The movie In Time, which I'm not going to go into anymore,
So-
or About Time. Sorry, not In Time. About Time.
What's about time about?
I don't want to say. You need to watch it and totally totally naked to the idea of what it is. It's
Okay.
one of the best movies ever made, top 10 of all time for me. But like for real, just you can't know anything. Like go watch it with April.
Well, then I'll just go watch that then.
Okay.
And then that'll be my better yesterday.
Maybe. Well, I'm not saying it's like yesterday. I'm saying that it's another like it's a romantic comedy, like probably way better than yesterday.
Did I get yesterday on Blu-ray?
Oh my God.
I can't-
Anyway,
sorry, go ahead.
the concept of something never happened, here's a world without it, has happened many times.
Yeah.
Like it's
Well, no,
basically
and
Groundhog
I
Day, but
like
a long time
I like
version.
I like those kinds of movies, like Elseworld movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, 'cause DC does a lot of that, but I
Yeah.
like just like what
Yeah,
alternate
yesterday's just-
history stuff.
Yeah, yesterday's just a romantic comedy version. Like someone
Yeah.
did that finally. Like
Yeah.
it's not
I mean, I get
people
why.
have done that many times.
I just would have like 'cause it doesn't like the movie, the trailers and everything leading up to the movie don't express that at all. Like so, I
they
think
don't
that's the other
express
thing.
that it's romantic comedy.
Yeah, I think that's another thing 'cause I thought it was just gonna be.
Well, I
look
don't
at
think
this
that's true. They definitely express that he's into the girl and that she's
Well,
with
yeah, but you
someone
don't
or-
think it's gonna be the focus. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like, 'cause watching the movie, you're like, oh, okay, he likes this chick, but then this crazy thing.
It's like that
happens,
movie
and then
Cloud
he goes-
Atlas.
And then he gets funny, or not funny. He gets famous, and like him and Ed Sheeran have like a contest at some point to see who can write a song the fastest and perform it. And he's like, yeah, I never remember all the Beatles songs. And he pulls out Hey
What-
Jude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Eleanor Rigby.
That's what I'm
Did they ever
saying.
play Eleanor Rigby in it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
like, if you're looking for a movie that just has like Beatles songs in it, like sporadic, yesterday
It's
is
that
like-
and Moulin Rouge.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
boom, here's two. Here's your Beatles songs. The movie. I would say the best sequel of all time is Godfather Part 2, but you uncultured, unwashed peasants haven't seen the greatest cinematic experience of all fucking time.
neither one of us.
But go
watched
ahead
the
and talk about the superhero movie number 54. So Ant-Man Quantumania. No, we already talked about it.
We've already talked
Yeah.
about that coming. You should have watched last week's.
Um,
I saw Cocaine Bear the other day.
did you?
Yeah.
Did you
Well,
like
you
it?
haven't seen it yet, have you?
No.
Fuck.
Did you like it though?
It's like
I heard that it's unbelievably actually good.
Yeah, it's way better than it has the right to be.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've
Uh,
heard
but
that.
did you know
I've heard that the movie has a lot of heart.
Yes. Did you know this is Ray Liotta's last movie?
Yeah,
Before he passed away?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Going into I mean,
Yeah, you
I
did. We
did
talked about it on here.
Oh. I didn't know that before.
I think I'm like 97.5% sure.
I
we
didn't know that
said it.
before the movie was about to come out because we were talking to somebody, or no, me and you might have just been talking about it, and you're like, "Yeah, it's Ray Liotta. He passed away." And I was
Yeah,
like, "Who's
I'm
Ray
pretty
Liotta?"
sure.
And I looked,
The
and I
guy,
was
the
like,
guy
"Oh,
from
yeah, that
Goodfellas.
guy.
Yeah, the main dude from Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Now him and his counterpart that he was playing have died in real life.
Who's this guy? Oh,
The guy that he
yeah.
played died while we were at Learn TV.
Really?
Yeah, I remember like reading it on my phone. I was like, holy shit, the guy Ray Liotta played in Goodfellas died.
Yeah. Now Ray.
And then like a year ago, it was like Ray Liotta died. I was like, oh shit.
it all comes full circle.
Yep, Henry Hill.
Yeah. But no, he's good in it.
Excuse
They're
me.
all good in it. There wasn't one time during that movie where I was like, this is stupid. They actually really sell
There
you.
wasn't?
Well,
Nice.
no. Let me rephrase that. Like, it's such a stupid concept that you kind of don't even think like.
You never worry about whether it's real or not, even
Yeah.
though it is a true story.
Yeah.
Sort like
Yeah.
all the deaths aren't exactly true story.
But that could have happened.
But yeah,
you know
but
what I mean?
a bear did eat cocaine and go on a rampage.
Yeah. So I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, well, this is it's pretty good. And then this is the first movie I've ever seen somebody who's like famous on TikTok get like a role in. So
Yeah.
that dude that's like famous for talking shit about retail, like being sarcastic with retail workers and stuff.
You know that that's Elizabeth Banks's. Oh, dude, Tormund's in it.
Who's that?
Tormund, he plays Olaf in the movie. But Tormund Giantsbane from Game of Thrones, the ginger wildling guy with the big beard.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is him, isn't it? I knew that guy looked familiar. I was like watching it, I was like,
Elizabeth Banks is the director of Cocaine Bear. It's her debut, which is hilarious to me. Like,
Who's
you know,
Elizabeth Banks again?
have you seen the Pitch Perfect movies?
No. Is she the main character?
No, she's Elizabeth Banks. What else is she in? She's in a lot of things.
Her name sounds familiar, but I just am laughing at the fact this is her directorial debut.
Brightburn. She plays Tori.
Could you imagine
She's the mom in Modern Family.
which mom in Modern Family? There's like 8.
Not the fucking, not the white one.
Why
Yeah.
didn't you just say that?
Because her name's Elizabeth Banks. You idiot.
Well, I didn't want to be racist.
Why that parrot look like Charlie? First of all, how dare you?
That is Charlie. This
Howard
is not
Stern-
Charlie that's talking.
Howard Stern has a really good interview with Henry Hill. He was a huge drunk later in life. Wait. Okay. Maybe Henry Hill is not who I thought he was. Who's Henry Hill?
That's not Hank Hill, that's for sure.
Henry Hill, American Mobster. Oh. The one Ray Liotta is based on. But I thought he went into witness protection.
I guess not. It's
Damn.
just like on Howard Stern.
But now, boom, just Mobster.
Are you sure he died of natural causes?
He did? But they still did podcasts and stuff? That's crazy. That's wild. You shouldn't be allowed to do that.
That's not how this works.
That's not how this works.
That's by far my favorite scene out of the sequel trilogy.
What?
Where Harrison Ford's like, that's not how the Force works.
That's not how the Force works. That is a pretty good scene. He's the highlight of the sequel
He
trilogy.
really is. Like, and he fucking hates Star Wars. And he's like the best part of it.
I don't know what the fuck a Force Ghost is. It's one of the greatest interviews of all time.
I love when they hand him like a Lego Millennium Falcon. He just chucks it. They're like, this is my greatest creation of all time. Can you sign this for me? He's like, let me see it.
She was my wife, you son of a bitch. Have you ever seen that? The late night show.
What's that?
It's like
Is that
Chewie.
SNL or is that like
It's like a Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel or something, and there's a Wookiee in the audience. People are. He's like, I really just don't want to talk about Star Wars, and everyone in the audience like are asking him questions one at a time, and it's all about it's all about Star Wars. And then like the last question is literally Chewbacca standing there. He was like, he's like, she was my wife, you son of a bitch. And then like it goes crazy, and like Jimmy Kimmel's holding back and shit. It's fucking awesome. He like I love how serious he takes it for like for the fans and for everybody, like, and like how really he hates it. It's so funny that he hates it. To me.
yeah. Well, he's also taken 8 in the Beaver. So
It's so funny to me that he's like a legitimate great actor. That so many people only know him as for Star. Have you ever seen The Fugitive?
yeah,
Bro,
He's good.
he's amazing in The Fugitive. He's so good in The Fugitive. He's so good
He was
in
like what 30 something when he got Star Wars.
yeah. You know, I'm gonna look at that's
'Cause he was
that's
a
an IMDb I have
carpenter.
not looked at.
He was a carpenter before that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, in L.A. So like he's actually still does a lot of woodwork. He really enjoys it.
Yeah, he does. Harrison Ford.
That's not the only thing taking 8 in the Beaver. If you know it.
He's in that new show on Apple TV called Shrinking with Jason Segel.
Yeah, I've heard of that. And he's also in that
He's
spin-off for Yellowstone, the spin-off of the spin-off.
Yeah, well, it's like a mini series.
Yeah, like
He's-
was
it's
it
in like 3 or 4
1928 or something like that?
I think 1923.
Yeah, something like that. I can't do numbers. Yeah, no. I know the first one's 18 something.
Deleted scenes. Okay, Star Wars. Let's see.
Star Wars.
Damn, no, he was in some shit way before Star Wars.
What was he in?
He was in, man, so many things. A Time for Killing, LUV, Love, Dead Heat on a Merry-Go-Round, Ironside, Journey to Shiloh, Mob Squad, My Friend Tony, The FBI, Love American Style, Zabriskie Point, Getting Straight, The Intruders, Dan August, Gunsmoke, American Graffiti, Kung Fu, The Conversation.
He was in Gunsmoke? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he was in Gunsmoke.
The Conversation, Petrocelli, Judgment, Dynasty, The Possessed, and then finally A New Hope in 1977. And he was acting for 11 years before he was in Star Wars.
My mom loves Gunsmoke.
And then in between Star Wars and Episode 4 and 5, he was in
Indiana
8 different
Jones.
projects.
He's in Blade Runner
Heroes,
too.
Force 10 from the Navarone, Story of the Faithful Wookiee. Oh, okay. So some of these are the Star Wars Holiday Special. Okay, 2 of these are Star Wars. Apocalypse Now, Hanover Street, The Frisco Kid, More American Graffiti.
I haven't watched Apocalypse Now. Is it good?
It is good. It's dense. It's a very long, very big movie. And it is, I think it's, a lot of it's filmed actually in Vietnam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is dude. That movie is Vietnam the movie. It's crazy.
Hmm.
That movie's fucking nuts. Like, watch that movie, then watch like a making of the Apocalypse Now documentary on YouTube or something. Like, that shit is fucking wild. That movie's nuts. That's a crazy movie, but it's a good movie. It's pretty good. It's good acting. A lot of crazy, like, here's what Vietnam's really like.
Really?
Yeah.
When did they come out?
A million years ago. It's old. Apocalypse Now. 79. Same year as Alien.
Really?
Yep. Those movies came out in the same year.
79. Damn.
Yeah. Alien. God, 79.
Aliens.
89, 99, 09, 19. 44 years old.
Yeah.
That's nuts. And Martin Sheen's still kicking. He was the main character in that movie. He was amazing in that movie.
Yeah. Being confused for what was that other guy's name? John Boyd.
I think it was probably a little less confusing back in the day.
Imagine going through all that just to be confused for John Boyd.
By you. I mean, I don't think people get them mixed up. I think you got them mixed
I
up.
disagree. I have my finger on the pulse of people. I am the everyman, and if
Is
the
that right?
everyman can't make the difference between
You thought
John
that one
Boyd
was the
and
other.
Martin
You didn't even think it was they looked similar. You thought they were the same until I corrected you.
Well, could you imagine if I ever met Martin Sheen? Oh, I loved your work in Transformers.
He'd probably stab you.
He'd be like,
I was the president, God damn it. For 7 years.
I was in Apocalypse Now. I did all this other stuff.
I was in the Italian Job. Or wait, no. What's it called?
That was John Boyd.
No, fuck, The Departed.
Oh, I forgot about
John Voight wasn't in the Italian Job. You son of a bitch.
He looks Italian.
No, he doesn't.
Did you?
He's about as old West American as you can look.
Did you see that? That reel I sent you last night was Sheen
He might be Italian. though.
from Jimmy Neutron, where she's
Yes.
like, "It's time to say sayonara." He goes,
I don't speak Italian.
I forgot how good Jimmy Neutron wished like Sheen used to be.
Remember that Planet Sheen show?
Yeah,
It was
sucked.
terrible.
It was awful.
I watched an episode.
This is why you don't give a supporting character a whole show.
Yeah, has
Is it
that
the
ever
same-
worked out?
I don't
like
think so. Well,
Sam
no,
and Cat, I heard was decent,
no,
but I never really watched it.
What's his name from Cheers? Shit, what's it called? The same dude that also was in Transformers. Fuck, what is it?
Cheers was a generation
He
behind.
was only
me.
in Transformers 4.
You
damn
can
it,
do
I
this.
can't think of
He
his
has his
name.
own show.
He had his own show, yeah.
Oh wait, the Fonz.
No,
Good times.
no, that guy's never been in a Transformer movie, I don't think.
He wasn't in Henry Winkler. That's
Yeah,
his name.
Henry Winkler.
He wasn't in Cheers.
No, Kelsey Grammer. He had a spin-off show.
What was the
Frasier.
Oh, okay, and that's what
Frasier was
based
a
on
spin-off
Cheers?
of Cheers, yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I know
And-
I know Frasier did super well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, isn't it crazy?
I mean, yeah, that's one. Sam and Cat
Yeah.
from iCarly
Yeah.
and Victor. That's the crazy part. That was two characters from different shows having their own
Yeah.
show, and I heard Sam and Cat actually did like okay for a minute, but I never really watched it or was a fan.
Boba Fett, sort of, kind of.
Yeah.
It's more just Mandalorian stuff was the best part of that show.
I mean, it was still a good show. I think people shit on Boba Fett too much.
My thing
I liked
is,
it. I liked it.
To me, it was
I liked the Boba Fett parts. I
To-
liked his backstory.
To me, the thing is, it's one of those shows that could have been a movie, and it would have been fine as a movie.
Yes.
Like,
I
it's-
think I can agree with that.
Yeah, because there's not like
I think it could have been a movie and could have been a really good movie
Yeah.
instead of a decent
show
spin-off
yeah.
show
Well, and
that
that's the
had
thing.
2 episodes that weren't about it.
Yeah, they had like that's what I'm saying. They stretched out so far that they put Mandalorian in there.
2 episodes of The
That's what
Mandalorian.
I'm saying.
It's like there are 2 episodes in a row that take you all the way back out of the book, and then they
Yeah.
just spin back around
And the
to Book
worst
of
part
Boba Fett
is-
again, and you're like, I mean, this is cool, but I'm really here for the Mandalorian now again.
But see, like the worst part of it is the best parts of Boba Fett were the Mandalorian stuff. You know what I mean? And it didn't.
There
need
were
to be
some
that.
great, I don't know, there were some pretty
There's some
great
good
parts.
Boba Fett stuff, but I mean when you have it overshadowed.
Yeah,
by, like,
it was
something
definitely
like that.
overshadowed.
Because like the best part of Book of Boba Fett should have been the showdown between him and Cad Bane.
Nah, I don't even think Cad Bane should have died. I
Did
think
he die?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, he got stabbed in the fucking stomach.
Yeah, but
with
like
a spear, and he laid
his
there
little
dead in the
thing-
desert.
His little thing was still blinking, so
Yeah, okay, that's a good
Is he
point. That's a
dead?
good point. You make a fine point, sir.
And he's been shot in the head before and survived that too.
Yeah.
So it's because he's got big fingers. You ever seen his fingers?
Yes,
They're
I
pretty
have. They're
huge.
enormous.
They're huge suction cups at the end. He's the most alien-looking alien I've ever seen.
Did you watch New Mando?
No, I haven't yet. Is Cad Bane in it?
No.
I'm only gonna watch it if Cad Bane's.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess you're
I'm
not watching it.
I'm limiting my Star Wars viewings to obscure Clone Wars characters.
Did you watch Andor yet,
No.
dude?
I'll only watch it if Hondo Ohnaka is in it, or if
He
Cad Bane
is.
is in it. He is.
Hondo's in Andor.
Is he for real?
Yeah.
Is that why you brought it up?
No.
Oh.
Why would I bring
Is
that
he
up?
still funny in Andor? Or no?
It's
Yeah.
Hondo. He's
Yeah.
not in it. I can't
Oh,
continue this
fuck.
lie.
Damn. I was so excited.
They have a pirate in the first episode of this season of Mando that looks. I thought it was Hondo when they brought him in. I was like, oh man, this isn't Hondo. I was like, come on. It's
Where
like,
is Hondo?
I don't know.
We know what he was doing before, like
Yeah, and
A
he
New Hope.
makes it all the way to Rebels.
Yeah, like, and he's fine. He's like, I lost my crew. The Empire killed everybody. But
Yeah, but it's me. I want him so bad.
And then he had like a really soft moment. He's like, I knew a Jedi once. We were friends. At least I hope we were friends. He's talking about
Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And like, you're like,
Where was
damn.
that in Rebels?
That was in Rebels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
shit was
Hondo.
sad.
Hondo's such a good character.
You're like kind of sad that the whole
a little.
Empire rose up because he can't be like a pirate anymore. What if we had a Pirates of the Caribbean-esque Star Wars show, but it was Hondo?
I mean, that would be cool. Honestly, any kind of movie about like the Han Solo character version of a character in Star Wars would be great. I mean, that's pretty much what Mando's about, sort
with
of.
the Han Solo trilogy, because you were playing like a whole trilogy of movies, right? You could have had each movie's like villain, quote unquote, be like callback characters from the Clone Wars. Like Hondo could have been a villain in one movie because he's one of those characters that could go either way depending on like what he needs or what he wants. And then you could have the third one be like Maul again, but then like because they tee up Maul like he's the Thanos of this, and then they literally killed Maul off in Rebels like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, that was lame.
Yeah,
Because Maul's arc in Clone Wars
it's
and Rebels is one of the best arcs in all of Star Wars lore. It's
Yeah.
so good. It's incredible. And like they're just like, yeah, we're gonna basically give him one scene in one movie after his
he's
death.
gonna sit down in a chair,
in
and,
his
then
after his death in a movie,
and then he's gonna stand up from that chair and ignite his lightsaber, so that way
and everyone's gonna be like, oh shit.
so that way
he's
casuals know that it's him.
That really was lame. They really shouldn't
He's
have.
in a hologram and he ignites his lightsaber. I'm like, what's he gonna do? Swipe through her. She could just end the call.
So dumb.
That's
really the only
that's
dumb.
The only dumb
That
part
movie
of Solo.
is super underrated.
It is. It's so good. And literally the stupidest part is like that. Because you could have that scene. Just don't have him do like the whole.
There's a
ignite-
scene at the beginning of this new season of Mandalorian that you're going to see, and you're going to get so excited. It's a blink and you'll miss it moment,
Is it?
but it's in like the first 10 minutes or something.
How excited am I going to be?
You're going to be so excited.
Is it? Am I going to cream?
You're
my
going to
cheese?
text me as soon as you see it, and you're going to be like, ah! You're going to be like,
I'll
yes!
be like, if this means what I think it means.
It's going to mean everything you think it means in the future.
I hope it's Ezra. I'm so excited. I miss Ezra. I want to know what happened to him. He just goes. You seen the ending of Rebels?
Yeah,
right?
I've watched
He just
Rebels.
goes into a portal and that's it. Dave Filoni's like, yep, we're ending it there. You'll just have to wait and see. I've waited 10 years, Charlie.
It's not 10 years.
It's been almost 10 years. Rebels ended in like 2014.
Has it? Did it really? No. No.
When did, maybe 2017. I might be off.
Yeah, I feel like you're wrong.
Am I wrong?
Let's see. First episode was 2014.
Okay, my bad.
So it's probably more like 2017. 75 episodes. 75
Hit or miss.
average. Yeah. It's like 75 episodes, 10 of which were pretty great.
Like some of the best Star Wars stuff is in those episodes, and then some of like the worst is also in those episodes.
Yeah, like to be like in season 1 has like a great episode or two. Season 2 has like a great episode or two. And then season 3 has like fucking 4 or 5
They're
incredible
like, this
episodes.
shit's going down.
Yeah,
this
shit
season."
starts going down in season 3 and 4 of that show.
Yeah.
Like shit gets good.
Dude, season 4 is probably like the most like I was like, damn, like because they could just kill all these characters off in like nothing, you know what I mean? Which they kind
Ahsoka-
of do that, but they don't, you know.
Bringing Ahsoka back was great, but I didn't like it in Rebels as much.
Is he like in Mandalorian?
Yeah, I was like, man, I wish they could have done more with this character. And then that episode of The Mandalorian is one of the greatest, like, bringing back of a character of anything I've ever, in any series, any lore of anything I've ever, they fucking nail it, man. They just, Rosario Dawson's perfect. Their live-action version of Ahsoka's perfect. The fighting style's perfect. The fucking episode was perfect. The set up for the rest of what's to come is perfect.
And she's looking for Thrawn, and you're like, what is gonna happen? I really hope. And part of me wishes. I know they're not gonna do it, but like, part of me wishes they would bring back the guy who voiced him in Rebels, because like,
that was the plan for a while. I don't know. I don't think they've cast him yet. It might be him.
Because like his voice.
Because he's a good actor anyway.
Yeah.
He's in Sherlock.
Oh, is he?
He's in the 3rd episode of season 2. He's the shark. He's the guy who has his own mind palace like Sherlock.
Oh, okay.
That's him. He's the guy who.
He is so terrifying.
He's terrifying in that. He's terrifying in Sherlock.
But I mean, like, just the scene where he's like, "I'll tear them apart from the inside," or so. Oh no, that's Ultron. Never mind. What's
It comes out this year, apparently.
He was like, "You have to study art and then, like, destroy, like, use it against them or
Yes.
something." I don't know. The way he talks is just horrifying.
His methodologies for
yeah.
like for evil are bananas. Dude, the chick they got to play Sabine is like, holy shit, that looks like if Sabine was a real person.
Let me pull up a picture. But can she act though?
I think so.
Is that her?
No, that's Rosario Dawson. Hopefully it'll show it in a second. That's so
it's
crazy
George
seeing
Lucas.
George Lucas laugh with Ahsoka Tano. He didn't come up with that. There she is. That's a good Sabine.
Yeah, that's solid.
That's
I believe that.
and that's not even. That's her not even like dressed up like Sabine.
That's like what 8 years on? No, more than that. It's like 12 years on from Rebels. Because Mandalorian's like what 6 years after Empire, or not Empire, Return of the Jedi.
It's been a minute, yeah.
And then like Rebels.
Oh, Hayden Christensen's gonna be in Ahsoka.
Oh yeah, probably as part of the. Hopefully they do better with the CGI.
So let's see. Do we have a Thrawn yet? They've already cast Ezra.
Who they cast as Ezra?
Some
Hopefully
guy
somebody
named
with a big
Amon
nose.
Esfandi.
Pull
And
up-
he has a pretty large nose.
Fuck yeah, that's the only thing I remember. Well, no, I remember a lot about Ezra, but I remember that
Anakin.
schnoz of a nose.
Ray Stevenson's one episode. Ivana. Okay, so it doesn't look like they have like a definite Thrawn yet. This guy's Ezra. He looks like.
Oh
Ezra.
yeah,
yeah, that's perfect.
yeah, that's perfect. Did they just draw?
Hopefully he
Ezra to
can.
look
Hopefully he can bring the fucking Ezra, because
Yeah.
Ezra's a great character. Ezra's like one of the most underrated characters.
He really
in Star
is,
Wars.
because like at first you're kind of like, he's annoying, but then he grows on you, and you're like, wow.
by the time that what's his name? What's his master's name? Kanan. By the time Kanan's blind, Ezra's like a fucking fully realized
Yeah.
Jedi Knight level Jedi, and you're like, holy shit, this kid's
The stuff with
getting
Kanan's
cool.
fantastic.
The stuff with
too.
Kanan's
like
amazing.
when he, well, I don't know, spoilers for Rebels. Like when he
Sorry, everybody, who
sacrifices himself to like
Save everybody.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite episodes of the show, dude. I watched that episode and I was low-key kind of tearing up because I binged it like all at once, and I was watching. I was like, no, don't do this.
I don't know if I teared up, but I was like, damn it, not Kanan. Kanan's cool. Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's
Yes.
that time of the
yes.
day. Okay, well, I guess we need to wrap this one up on
Yes.
Star Wars talk. That's good. That's what we always talk
Yeah,
about.
absolutely. We had a good podcast.
This was a fantastic
Time to
podcast.
pat ourselves on the back.
Yep,
Just
pat
break
yourself.
our arms,
Yep, yep,
jerking
this
ourselves
hurts.
off.
Oh,
over
well, okay. I don't know.
there. I am wearing
What about
crotchless pants, but you know.
Copenhagen, it's been a blast. I'm glad you were here for most of it. Rick, my junior, if you're still here for some reason, I love you, dude. See you in Vegas. 2% never showed up, but he responded to the fucking
Maybe he's in class.
thing. Yeah, maybe I forgot he does college. Maybe does he actually do college?
No,
I think
know
he
Hamid.
No,
is
I don't think he
college.
did. He just Hamid's in like high school. He's like 15.
Oh well, there you go.
Anyway, you don't keep up with any of them. You don't know anything. Anyway.
I know some of them are in school. Some of them are like 80-year-old adults, like Copenhagen, that just have nothing else to do but watch us.
Yeah.
You know, that's my headcanon now. Copenhagen's just an 80-year-old man in a retirement home with access to a computer.
Yeah, totally. Anyway.
Is that part of the Mandalorian? Am I gonna figure out who Copenhagen is by watching an
Yes.
episode of the Mandalorian?
You'll know right away when you
Okay.
watch the episode. You'll
Okay.
you'll text me and be like, ah. Like, that's all I have to say. You're gonna see it, and shit. No, I'm not gonna say that.
Okay.
Not gonna say anything.
I'm gonna
You
see
should
it
watch
and
it.
lose it.
You're gonna see it and you're gonna freak out.
Go
You're gonna
crazy.
text me. You're gonna text me like, it's the. You're gonna see whatever
Yeah.
it is and get excited.
It's the Dark Saber. Ah.
Anyway, good podcast.
that was in Clone Wars.
Good day.
Hey, I know him. He's from Clone Wars.
Say goodbye, Creighton.
Goodbye, Crate.
Everyone have a good day. We will see you next time.